Well, you know, sometimes you wonder, where in the world can I go to find the most rare and unusual plants? Well, you don't have to go very far. In fact, Walkerton, Indiana is where we're going to be exploring all kinds of plants, trees, and shrubs, rare and unusual from Linton's. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. All the details lying straight ahead.
Voted the #1 home and garden center. Discover Linton's Enchanted Gardens and explore 9 acres of family fun. Enjoy the free petting zoo, ride a swan paddle boat, walk on water inside an orb, mine for gems, ride a quad cycle, and so much more. Visit the area's largest home and garden center. Be inspired by all the beauty. Dine at the Garden Cafe. Easily accessible on County Road 17 in Elkhart, off the toll road or bypass. To plan your visit, go to lintons.com.
It is summertime in Indiana, and we are back here at the home of Steve and Judy Murray. Murray Botanical Garden is what they've affectionately called this creation of Linton's Enchanted Gardens. You've had a really good time coming back here time and time again, haven't you, Mark?
It has been a period of many years here, and we've got kind of a master plan, and we keep working one direction, and each year we keep adding just a few more.
It's not all that noticeable after a while, right? I mean, it's more tweaking than anything, isn't it?
It is a lot of tweaking. There's a lot of learning along the way, figuring out what's happy and what's not.
Yes. Well, this is part of the circular drive that the Murrays have put together. Really in honor of Judy, right?
Absolutely. Actually, Steve refers to it as Judy's Rose Walk.
I love it.
Great way to honor his wife.
Well, we do have some roses here, but we have a blue spruce behind us too, don't we? And
We
it
do.
serves a purpose.
Yeah, it's not only this one directly behind you, but we've got a nice band of, they're actually columnar blue spruce. And these are blue spruce that are on a diet. They only get to be about 4 to 5 feet in width, but they're going to give us a little bit of height. The goal is for them to grow together here. We are out in the country, and all of the neighbors around here operate off of propane. So
Yes.
necessary evil, got to have a propane tank, and so these are doing a great job of providing that screening for us.
I love the look. It's awesome. What else you got going on here, Mark?
Something very rare and unusual. This is a broadleaf evergreen. It's called a Daphne, and it's actually one of Steve's favorite, and puts on a beautiful show. Has clusters of beautiful, beautiful white flowers in the springtime. I love the green and white foliage here, and this is one of the more trickier type of shrubs to grow, and for that reason you don't see a lot of them around Michiana, but obviously this one's very happy here.
What makes it so tricky, can I ask?
You know, we do all of our growing in containers, and this just happens to be one plant that doesn't like to be grown in a container.
Wow.
And it is actually happier when it's being grown in the ground, but the challenge is if you grew it in the ground and then you dug it up and you transplant it, it goes through a major transplant shock. And so when you see it at our garden center, it's just not the happiest in the container, but trust me, put it in the ground.
Once it gets out, it's a different story.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
And so what I really like here is the height of these columnar blue spruce, the blue up against these knockout roses,
Yeah.
a beautiful color combination. And the roses are on each side of this winding grass pathway, which leads not only the Murrays, but their friends, their family, and the guests through the gardens here. And the way we've got this designed is so that there is spring blooming, there is summer blooming, there's fall color, and equally important is the winter interest. something over here that's just now starting to come into its glory. I love these penstemons here, and they've been blooming for quite some time, but those beautiful purple trumpet-shaped flowers do a great job of attracting both hummingbirds and butterflies.
You know, we've talked before when we've been out here visiting about the multiple beds that you see on the property. This is just one of several, right?
More than several,
Yeah.
yes. The scale of this is quite large.
It's incredible. Here's another big bed over here.
Yeah, and we've got some of our succulents here. I love how these do a nice job of just naturally mounding themselves. These are Mr. Goodbud sedums. Yeah, love the thick spongy leaves. They do a great job of holding moisture. And then you can just start seeing the formation of some flower buds. And these will have kind of a hot pink colored flower which appears in the fall.
Excellent, excellent. A lot of things going on here, but it all seems to come together, doesn't it?
It does. The focal point here, kind of like the cherry on top of the sundae, is this red flowering horse chestnut. And this is an incredibly rare tree. You don't see these quite often, but to see this in bloom, it is just amazing. And I wish that they bloomed longer. The 3 to 4 weeks that they do bloom goes by very quickly. But the flowers are huge clusters of red and white trumpet-shaped flowers. And if you can envision kind of like a wisteria flowers or like a cluster of grapes, that's kind of what that appears like, and contrasts nicely up against those green leaves.
I gotta believe it's one of Steve's favorites, right?
It is, absolutely.
What else here, Mark?
Oh, so we like to do a layered look. We have the height in the center, and
Yep.
then shorter plants along the border, the edging. We always like to have a contrast of colors as well as textures. We've got the little dwarf ornamental grass here. This is our gold variegated Liriope. I love how that plays against the burgundy leaves of the Weigela there.
Sure.
And
Yep.
the Weigela are pretty special, not only because of the burgundy leaves, but we're just starting to get some secondary blooms starting to appear here. Weigelias not only bloom in the springtime, they bloom again in the summertime and then again in the fall. Those pink trumpet-shaped flowers do an awesome job of attracting both hummingbirds and butterflies.
How much, Mark, of this design is yours and how much the homeowner here?
You know what?
Is it a good combination?
It is a very good combination, and let me share with the viewers that when we were creating these gardens, every single day Steve Murray is out here actually working along with our crews, and it's a very complex garden here. A lot of it was designed here on the spot. There's a master overall plan, but the specific placement of the plants, I actually hand placed everything along with Steve's help.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Judy has a lot to say about what goes on here. That's goes without saying, right?
Absolutely.
She's got a lot of input.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yep, indeed. Well, any finishing comments here?
Absolutely. Right over your right shoulder here. This is a very unusual smoke tree. Smoke trees are either green leaves or burgundy leaves, but this is one of our new hybrids here called Young Lady, and features these beautiful bright gold and chartreuse green colored leaves. And then later on in the season, huge clusters of flowers which look like puffs of smoke, and that's how it gets its name, smoke tree.
I love that look.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it sure is. Well, talk about the refreshments that we receive every time we come out here, will you?
You want to come here hungry and thirsty. Judy always puts on a wonderful spread for us, and thank you, Judy. We appreciate it.
Yes, and the lemonade that we were treated to today had honey right from the property.
It did.
Excellent. Well, these are two very special people and a couple of clients of yours that you've had the pleasure
and friends,
yes. You've had the pleasure of being around for a long time. And this property just keeps getting a little bit more interesting every time we come out here and visit.
Every single year.
And you're going to catch up now, as we do, with the two homeowners, Steve and Judy Murray. So let's check in to see what their thoughts are regarding their beautiful property. Well, it's Judy's Rose Walk. That is the design from Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Steve and Judy here with us. It's the circular drive here on their property. And you've done a wonderful job with the help of Linton, Steve. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, it's tremendous. We love our rose walk, and we have a few other specimens in there that are just fantastic.
Yeah, tell us about those two specimens in particular, can you?
Yes, we have the red flowered horse chestnut and a Daphne. And the Daphnes put on a floral display that is absolutely fantastic, variegated leaf, and they do what they want. And you will see it, I hope. It was standing proud and it decided to lay down. Wow. And it did, and it is just doing fantastic, but they have their own idea on what makes them happy.
And whatever makes them happy obviously makes Judy happy and makes you happy, right?
Of course, of course. It's part of the personalities of individual species.
I love the way you put that, Steve. And you know, every plant, tree, and shrub has its own personality, and I think Mark wants to bring another one in here that has an entirely different personality. What do you say about that, Judy? Isn't that something?
Gorgeous. Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Well, Steve, Judy, we've been out here for quite a few different segments, and just appreciate the opportunity, as always, to be able to share your beautiful property with all the Michiana viewers out there.
Thank
Excellent. That,
you.
boy, that's
We like having you. I like feeding you.
Always a good meal when we come here.
absolutely right. Well, thank you very much. They are beautiful, Judy. Enjoy them. Steve, thank you so much. We've got a whole lot more coming up on the program, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Transform your landscape with the pros at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Outdoor living areas, custom ponds, unique waterfalls, brick patios and sidewalks. Specializing in low-maintenance landscape with year-round color. Designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Our landscape architects will personalize your custom design from concept to completion. All plants grown and cared for at our very own nursery. 2-year guarantee only at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. To get started, visit lintons.com.
Hey, some pretty nice wheels here. This beautiful red convertible Mustang, one of the cars that you'll see during the cruise-in. And Catherine is here with us. This is a great cruise-in event here. What, the second one, Catherine, for the year?
It is our second one here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. We always enjoy hosting the car enthusiasts and the fan and all those people like myself that really enjoy automobiles.
Yes, you really enjoy automobiles, and I think those that really know you know that you appreciate automobiles as a gift. You received this as a gift, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I received this beautiful car last year for Mother's Day. It's a 2008 Ford Mustang 6-cylinder. I just keep it stock and enjoy putting the top down, letting the wind blow through my hair.
I love that, Catherine. Well, it's the cruise-in coming up on the 18th here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens, and pre-registration makes sense, doesn't it, Catherine?
Yes, it does. It gives us a chance to set up and prepare for our guests, and you'll also receive 2 complimentary meals from our wonderful garden cafe.
All right. Well, what do you say we fire this bad boy up and get out of here, huh, Catherine? All right. The cruise-in. Join us, won't you? You'll love it. Much more coming up on the program in just a little bit. See you later.
It's fresh, it's healthy, it's organic, and it's delicious. It's Linton's Garden Cafe in Elkhart. Enjoy a breakfast, lunch, or dinner prepared by our chef while dining indoors or out at their award-winning home and garden center, conveniently located off the 20 bypass or toll road.
Here we are in Linton's beautiful garden cafe. It is a great looking morning, and we really appreciate you being a part of our breakfast and lunch here inside the veranda. Mark, this is a great place to be in the summertime. Love it out here.
Thank you, and so do I. It is so pleasant here sitting on the veranda, ceiling fans, and overlooking our beautiful quilt garden. You guys have done a wonderful job this year with that.
It is beautiful. And what's also beautiful are the new menu items that we're seeing, and we got a couple of them to talk about today, don't we?
You're featuring one there, and I've got one of our old favorites here, one that just won't go away. This is our very popular garden wrap, and our wraps have really become quite popular. People really enjoy our different wraps, but this one happens to be our garden wrap Craig. It starts out with our homemade chicken pecan salad, and then they add roasted red pepper, egg slices, cucumber, and leaf lettuce, and it's all wrapped up in a tomato basil wrap. And we serve that with our veggie chips, Linton's mango lime salsa, and our sweet and spicy pickles, all for only $9.99.
So when you're done talking about that sandwich, it's a wrap then, right?
There you go. That's a good one. Yes, it's a wrap.
Hey, what are you drinking, Mark?
You know, we've got a lot of old-fashioned retro pops, and this one happens to be in the top 5 here. This is a Green River, and I can remember as a kid my father talking about this, and it was one of his favorites, and we did have an opportunity to get a Green River. We shared it together, and it's great memories with my father and I.
Isn't that great? Lots of different memories associated with the different flavors and brands that you have here, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And you know what, the funny thing is that when people get some of our retro pops, a lot of them want to take the bottle home with them.
Really? And they can do that, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right here at Linton's Garden Cafe. We talked about the new menu items. This is one of them. It's the red, white, and blue chicken salad for just $10.99. Spinach with chicken, bacon, chopped pecans, also pickled beets with blue cheese dressing, infused water. Right here, the watermelon kiwi is the special of the day. It's a great complement to great desserts. Great is used quite a bit here, Mark, in the
Yes,
cafe.
it is.
Everything's great. And
So is Chef Donna.
So is Chef Donna. You took the words right out of my mouth. Chef Donna, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Craig. How are you?
I'm doing well. You have been working extra hard in the Linton's Garden Cafe kitchen. What do you have for us?
Well, we have our new cinnamon streusel muffins that is very, very good, especially when it's warm.
Yes.
And then we have our new lemonade cake that's very good too.
Lemonade cake with the warm temperatures. I think that's a perfect combo.
It is. It is.
Yeah, delightful. Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
Mark, all kinds of options here. Those new menu items are exciting. What about the hours here at the cafe?
Craig, we're open 7 days a week. We open at 9 a.m., start serving breakfast, and actually serve it all day long, and we're here till 4 p.m. until the last guest leaves.
I like that, and you'll like it too. It's real food, it's real good. Linton's Garden Cafe. Hey, a whole lot more coming up on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Transform your landscape with the pros at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Outdoor living areas, custom ponds, unique waterfalls, brick patios and sidewalks. Specializing in low-maintenance landscape with year-round color. Designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget. Our landscape architects will personalize your custom design from concept to completion. All plants grown and cared for at our very own nursery. 2-year guarantee only at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. To get started, visit lintons.com.
It's the Wheel of Savings weekend here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. A lot of fun. It's an annual event, an event like none other. Some of you will win discounts of up to 50%, and one person, yes, one person is going to win 100 grand here at Linton's. Just take a spin on the wheel and pick a prize. It's just that easy. Mark, have you taken a spin?
That 100 grand, that's a really sweet deal.
Oh, it is a sweet deal, and someone's going to win it.
Absolutely, we guarantee it.
100 grand here from Linton's Enchanted Gardens. And you know, that's just a part of what we're doing here during this weekend, a small part, because really the stars of the show here this weekend are the plants, trees, and shrubs. And you've got butterfly and hummingbird attractors here, huh?
We do, and I just love sitting in my own backyard and watching the wildlife activity, especially hummingbirds and butterflies.
Nothing better than that, right?
Absolutely.
You know, I bumped into a gal that was walking in just a moment ago. She lives in Florida, lived in New England, and she said, you know, I just appreciate the environment here at Linton's. And
Is that right?
yeah, she said she loves it, and it brings back memories of when she was growing up in New England.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I bet they see a lot of butterflies and hummingbirds out there,
I
don't
bet
you
they
think?
do, yeah.
So maybe there was something to that. Hey, talk about these a little bit, can you?
Well, we've got a lot of beautiful flowering plants here. First up is this Yarrow here. Yarrow is a great plant for full sun. It is our Sassy Summer Sangria Yarrow. Sassy Summer Sangria Yarrow.
I'm not going to repeat that.
Anyway, it's absolutely beautiful here. It's only $9.99. Next up, Craig, and you know what? I picked one of these because I wanted you to smell that there. You know, not only do hummingbirds and butterflies absolutely love this, but I love it too.
Yeah.
This fragrance is amazing.
It is.
It is our Sugar Buzz Bubblegum Blast. It's a bee balm and has some of the nicest fragrance. I love to use it by decks and patios, does best in full sun. Gets to be about 18-24 inches in height, starts blooming in the springtime, continues to bloom throughout the summertime, and is only priced at $9.99.
You think about the color of bubblegum, and that's what comes to mind,
It is
that
very
color.
bubblegum.
Yes, it is.
Next up, Craig, is one of our hardy geraniums. It is a perennial geranium, starts blooming in the springtime, continues to bloom all the way up until frost, does best in full sun, but actually tolerates a partial shade. It's our New Hampshire purple geranium, priced at only $9.99.
Some other beauties here as well.
Yes. This is one of our many lupines. This happens to be one of our yellow ones called Gallery Yellow. Starts blooming at the base and then opens up as it approaches the top there. Does best in full sun, priced at only $9.99.
Hey, if you'd like to find out more about Linton's, go to the website or come here and visit the website, lintons.com. Next.
We are growing over 100 different varieties of heuchera, also known as coral bells. I love this one just because of the veining that you see here in the leaves. And then just like all heucheras or coral bells, they get spikes of either pink or white flowers. This one happens to have pink flowers. This is our peppermint spice coral bells and does a great job of attracting both hummingbirds and butterflies if you live in the shade. And so this is one of those low light type of perennials.
And they're all in containers here, Mark, which makes it real easy to just grab and run and then plant.
Absolutely. Guaranteed success.
Yes.
Peppermint spice is priced at $15.99.
Very good. Next.
Next up is one of our many cone flowers. This one is called Cheyenne Spirit. I love the different shades of pink and orange that you see appear here. Not only does this attract hummingbirds and butterflies, but later on in the season, after the petals have come off, I like to watch the yellow finch. They come in here and eat the little
Sure
seeds
they do.
out of the seed heads. Priced at only $10.99.
Well, make your property just stand out amongst the others here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens with another great option.
This is probably one of our biggest, best butterfly attracting plants. This is called the Little Joe Pie plant. And it's called Little Joe because this is a miniature dwarf version of Big Joe. This one gets to be about 4 feet in height, where regular Joe Pie gets to be about 6-7 feet in height. And later on this season, it'll have large clusters of hot pink colored flowers, and those are hummingbird magnets. Baby Joe is priced at $17.99.
Baby Joe, right here at Linton's. Next.
Next up is one of many of our dwarf repeat blooming daylilies. All daylilies have the beautiful trumpet-shaped flowers. Our miniature daylilies, they start blooming in the springtime. They bloom all the way up until frost. This one happens to be our Rosy Returns daylily, priced at only $12.99. Does best in full sun, but tolerates partial shade.
And you're not going to get sick if you happen to eat a petal, right?
Go ahead.
Really? I thought you'd never ask, so I can go ahead and take a little.
It is edible and rather tasty. In fact, I like to put them on my salads.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Mark.
Look at this incredible flower here. This is one of many foxgloves that we grow. It's called our Illumination Flame, and it gets that name Flame because it looks like a flame. All
Sure
those
does.
different colors that you see in there. Does best in full sun, priced at only $10.99.
I like the verticality there.
Thanks
Isn't
for
that great?
noticing. Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Next up is one of our many maples. This happens to be one of our red maples, and it's a red maple because it turns red.
I was going to say, it
in
doesn't
the
look
fall.
very red right now, does it?
When we get some change in the temperatures, this turns fire engine red. Kind of like a burning bush changes color in the fall. It's a hardwood maple, so it grows slowly, and being a hardwood, it's very thick and dense. It has a strong trunk, so some of those spring winds that we have here, these hold up very, very well. A red maple is priced at $159.99.
All right, plenty of savings here. The Wheel of Savings weekend and a few more to talk about.
Next up is our Latham Red. It's our red raspberry and starts producing berries later on in the season. It does bloom with clusters of white flowers, which do a great job of attracting the butterflies. Priced at only $19.99.
A couple more here, Mark.
Yeah, next up is one of our smallest butterfly bushes. Now, most butterfly bushes get rather large, anywhere from 6 to 8 feet in height, and also same in width. This is our Pugster blue butterfly bush, reaching only to be about 18 to 24 inches in both height and width. Just like all butterfly bushes, does best in full sun, but these are butterfly magnets, and priced at $35.99.
Next up.
Next up is a beautiful century plant. This is our bright edge century plant. Has the green and gold variegated leaf. That gold is the bright edge. And right now it's in full bloom with the spikes of white flowers, which do attract both hummingbirds and butterflies, priced at $32.99.
Great time to be visiting Linton's Enchanted Gardens, and just a couple more.
Yes. Next up is one of my personal favorites, and we plant a lot of these around our home and garden center.
Yeah.
This is a member of the canna lily, and it gives you a very tropical type of look. Very simply planted in the spring, and then after frost, you want to dig up the roots and bring them indoors to overwinter them. This is our shades of orange canna lily, priced at $22.99.
It's a color you don't see every day, right?
It's very unusual.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Neat. Next up.
And next up is one of our many flowering crabs. This is our Cardinal crab apple, and you can just now start seeing the little berries that are forming there. And unlike the old-fashioned crab trees, these berries are much smaller. It's not a large crab apple. It's not a messy tree. They hang onto the tree, dry up like a raisin. They provide fruit for the birds. Beautiful pink flowers appear in the springtime. Burgundy colored leaves all spring, summer, and fall. It's an ornamental tree. Doesn't get very large. Priced at $159.99.
And all a part of the Wheel of Savings weekend here at Linton's Enchanted Gardens. Always great to be inside talking about these stars, the plants, trees, and the shrubs, but fun too when we get to go out and hey, what a good time we had at Murray Botanical Gardens.
Oh my goodness, yes. Special thanks to both Steve and Judy Murray for sharing their beautiful property along with all the Michiana viewers out there.
They're probably two of your favorites, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. Hey, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you can stop by and visit this weekend and into the week and pick up on some great savings. Again, if you'd like to find out more right now about Linton's, lintons.com is the website. Mark, great job. Thanks again.
Thank you, Craig.
For our entire crew, for Mark Linton, our producer, director, Gary Martin, Craig Wallen here. Have a great rest of the weekend. Be safe. So long, everybody.